how you going today on BK Sport? We are back to complete our first, SuperCoach team for the 2024 season. We went through and we did our forwards. If you'd like to go back and see how I explained this team here, then you can go and check out that video there. But today we are going to be slapping down in regards to the backs. And look, this is going to be really important because the 5'8", the halfbacks, and I wouldn't necessarily say the fullback is the most important. It is a huge position, but the halfbacks and the 5'8" for me are so crucial to your SuperCoach season being successful. But as always, if you want to go and tell us your opinion and your thoughts and whatnot, jump in the comment section. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new around here. We are posting daily, so absolutely crack them down. And it is time to get into our halfbacks, baby. This is an important one here, and I'm not going to just diddly-daddle around. Bang! Thanks for coming. Nicho Hynes for me has to be in your team this year. I don't think that there is a debate in this at all. At $970,000, I know he is really expensive, and I'm already down to $4,972,300 with a lot of players still to select. Right, so I do understand the concerns surrounding that. But Nicho Hynes is an attacking-minded player, quality halfback, has won Dally M halfback of the year before, and is in an attacking Sharks-minded outfit that has a really easy draw. And I just don't see a world where he doesn't deliver. I know that there are some rando games where he'll get a really awful score. But overall, he'll get you consistently plus 80 minimum pretty much every single week. He is a massive part of the Sharks team. He is the Sharks team realistically. And, I've already got Britton Nakora there. I've already got Blake Brayley there. So you guys know how high I do think the Sharkies should go this year. So Nicho Hynes for me at $970,000. I don't even need to really explain that too much. Now, look, Nathan Cleary is the next one down, $912,500. I'm not going to go all in on the halfbacks. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go crazy on halfbacks right now. I do think that it's not exactly an exciting halfback, group underneath. But with that being said, I just don't want to spend $2 million on my halfbacks, despite the fact that Hynes and Cleary were 1 and 2 overall in average last season. Right, I don't want to do that. I want to kind of wait and see on the Panthers. I'm pretty certain they start off the season kind of rough as well. I want to wait and see on the Panthers and see how, I guess the losses of Stephen Crichton impacts them. Spencer Leniu, what Jerome Luai, his impact for him signing with the Tigers is going to do. I just want to wait a little bit on Nathan Cleary. So I think Nicho Hynes is more of a bolter than him. That's why I'll go him. But obviously at the end of the day, you want to get both of those guys into your team pretty early on in the season. You want to be able to work their way in. So who do I go with next? Where do I look next? Sam Walker does kind of jump out at me at $610,000. That is $300,000 less than Nathan Cleary, which will help, when we get down here into the wings and centers and whatnot. That is really important to kind of have that finances ready. You need the finances ready when you get to those wings and centers. Toby Sexton, not so convinced about. Matty Burton, definitely not convinced about. Luke Brooks at $560,300. It could be a really big shout. He will be the starting 5'8" there at Manly Seagulls alongside Daly Cherry Evans. And we have been waiting for him to get his opportunity elsewhere. So I do like the opportunity of Luke Brooks. And he is a dual position. Can obviously play in the 5'8" as well, which is where he actually will be. So, Luke Brooks is a guy that I'll put in for now. Doesn't mean that I'm guaranteeing it. I just want to keep on scrolling down. Jack Cogger, another opportunity there at $463, which is $100K less than Luke Brooks. But with that being said, I do like the idea that Luke Brooks will go up in some cash as well. I do think that at $560,000, he's actually quite cheap, considering if Tom Stojkovic is playing well, if he's not, injured, if he's fit and healthy. And they've got Jerry, who is still just crushing it in his career at his age. I do think that Luke Brooks is a prime candidate to be one of the relative cheapies here, because you're not really going to see like a $200,000 halfback, right? Jamie Humphreys, I'm sorry, just not happening. These guys here at $204,300, Copy Black, not happening. Ryvan Rivet, not happening. Zach Docker-Clay, not happening. Bailey Biondi-Odo, not happening. So these guys here make no sense overall. Tyron Wishart is, if you want to go really cheap, then Tyron Wishart, but also Ronald Volkman could be the guy there. He really could be the guy. You know what? Tom Weaver may get an opportunity. I will say that Volkman's probably going to be the guy with Dragons. So maybe you might want to wait and see. I'm not a massive fan of Volkman, but with that being said, he's being given the big opportunity of starting, I believe. He's been given the big opportunity of being the guy there. You know what? I will take Brooks out and I will put in Volkman That may change before the start of the season. Again, guys, this is going to be torn up a million times before the season does start, but this is just my first little draft here. So I'm happy to go with Volkman there for 238,900. Hopefully he does take the ball by the horns. I think before the season starts, we'll really know if he's the guy that is locked in at the Dragons. I know it says Warriors there, but he's obviously not. But I do think I might still go with Luke Brooks, but that does save a lot of money in that halfback position right now, and that is a guy who will more than likely start in that 5'8 position at the Dragons. Let's move now to the 5'8. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that for now. I would prefer to see Brooks there in that halfback. We'll see how much money I have left over, because that's about 325,000 spare I'm going to need to improve Volkman to Luke Brooks. All right, we're going to the 5'8 department, and look, I'm probably going to go with Dylan Brown. I'm probably going to straight up do it. I think that the Parramatta Eels this year, they need to turn it up. We spoke about how they still may be in a bit of a struggle streak, but with that being said, Dylan Brown needs to come out here, can score big points, needs to show his potential. Enough of this, what could be with Dylan Brown. Again, I said I think he can be the best 5'8 in the game over Munster and the best 5'8 in the game overall, but it just hasn't really panned out from him so far, and we need to see more from Dylan Brown. So this Eels team, inconsistent, still has Mitchell Moses, Gartho, hooker department's a bit iffy. Overall, the 5'8 department you don't really want to muck around with. To be fair though, Munster at 728,000 is 60,000 cheaper than Dylan Brown. 60,000 cheaper, and it's only an average of 5 difference. There's only 5 difference. Munster's been pretty average in recent years. Maybe this year, but then again, the Storm just don't look great this year. They don't look fantastic. When it comes to 5'8s, I am looking between these top 3, and I'm just thinking whether the 60, 50,000, 52,000 is worth banking. Is it worth banking? Dylan Brown average of 76.5 last year, 71.3 for Munster, played 2 extra games, but $52,000 cheaper. I'm going to go Dylan Brown just because I'm more excited in what we're going to see out of the Eels this year than I am seeing the Storm. I think the Storm are on a real big plateau at the moment. I don't care they came top 4. They're still in a bit of a plateau, especially for their standards. So let's quickly go have a look how much I've got here. 3,952,600. So now you're starting to get to that worrying stages. You're starting to get to the worrying stages. Who are the cheapies here in the 5'8 department? Paul Turner, no. Nifa Peru, no. Ben Latufainu for the Tigers. They've got Jaden Sullivan there, but Latufainu could be really knocking on the door at the Tigers. KO Weeks will more than likely be the starting 5'8 for the Raiders. Is it worth? Is it worth? He's a dual player with a fullback and 5'8. Is it worth getting him in? Will the Raiders be good enough? I don't know. They can have some really poor games. Kyle Flanagan, I don't know if he starts there. Milfy Caesar is a starting halfback to his halfback 5'8 as well. And then you can mix that up with Lukey Brooks, to be honest with you, if you have a Caesar. But I still worry about the Tigers this year. Maybe 2024 might be a bit different, but this year I still worry about it. I think that KO Weeks is cheap, but I just don't like the back line of the Raiders. I don't think there's enough attacking stats there for KO Weeks to really, get a big old bang in there. And Aiden Feast is getting a little bit on age-wise. Jaden Sullivan at 391,400 isn't terrible. And does have a good forward pack that he can run off as well. Jaden Sullivan's a shout there at 391,400 dual position. Amon's still in the game. Good luck. Braden Trindle, not for me personally. Jaden Campbell. I want to wait and see on what JC is doing, whether he does get that fullback spot. Is he the 14? I don't know. So I'm going to wait and see on the old JC. I think for now I'm going to go, because there is Luke Brooks there again. I will go Luke Brooks. Is Jaden Sullivan also a 7 or is he just the 5'8"? Oh no, he is halfback as well. I may take out Volkman and put in Jaden Sullivan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out Volkman and I'm going to put in Jaden Sullivan here. Let's scroll up a little bit. Where is he? Where is he? There he is, Jaden Sullivan. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Got 3,239,800. I'm not leaving a great deal of money for this back line, which is what usually obviously happens. That's why this is the first draft. But I like that halves kind of area right now. Dylan Brown, Luke Brooks, Nico Hines, Jaden Sullivan. I don't mind that. And Jaden Sullivan should go up some good money. He should go up some good money. So, yes, Sullivan there into the halfback with Brooks at 5'8". All right, let's move now into the centers and wingers. Should I look at doing my fullback before I do that? Callum Ponga at 892,800 will not leave me a vast amount in that winger center section. It will not do that. I don't really want to spend 900,000 on fullback anyway. Trell at the Rabbitohs is the kicker as well. Should have a much better season. Needs to have a much better season. And the Rabbitohs now have Jackie White in there. He's floating off. I think Trell's a really good shout. I think that's a really big opportunity. Tommy Trbojevic, a bit too expensive for me considering, obviously, the injury-prone kind of nature that he has. I wish I didn't have to say that, but I do have to say that. Scott Drinkwater has some good attacking stats in him, but other Cowboys can be able to pull him along. Reece Walsh, Cat, but does get some big-time scores. I think I'd prefer to go with Trell over all these guys above him, though. I would prefer to go with Trell, especially... I think that he's got a better team than the Knights do for Ponga, and is kicking, and was injured for the most part of last season, to be fair. But the Rabbitohs just didn't really get it kick on. They didn't really kick on. I'm going to go Trell. I'm going to go Trell in the fullback department. Don't mind that. I think that he's a big inclusion. Just don't play him when he plays the Titans because I'll make him miss his kicks. No, definitely play him when he plays the Titans. Unless Desi gets our defense rocking, then... Maybe not, but no, I like that. And then because I need to be careful with the money that I'm spending right now. I've got 2,450, 2,450,000. I do need to go someone who maybe gets a shout here down in the fullback department who is really cheap. Kyle Ero could play centres. He could play centres for the Sharkies. So Kyle Ero could be a good shout, and he's also a centre wing fullback. Switcheroo, dual position. So right this second, I'll put Ero in, but let's have a look. Who else? KO Weeks. Again, not confident in that Raiders lineup though, man, especially that back line. I think Kyle Ero is a huge shout to be the centre instead of Cesar Fatalakai at the Sharkies. I think he's a massive shout. So Kyle Ero is probably a really good play. You could put him in obviously the centre wing department, but with that being said, does it really matter? I don't think Keanu Kinney gets enough of a shot at the Titans this year. I would love to see him play. He's a good friend of mine. You'll probably see him on an interview on the channel very soon, but... don't know how much of an opportunity he does get to get in there. And then you start to get into the 320s, 339, sort of for Alongo. Don't think he gets enough of an opportunity, especially with Puppy, Little Mullen, and Puppy coming back in. I'm not really looking towards any of these guys in this mid-range. So I'm happy with Kyle Ero there as the backup fullback with that being that cheap. And I've still got 2,230,500 to work with through 7 players, which is not much, but... we'll see how it goes. All right, let's jump in here. I'm not, with this being what I have left in the salary, I'm not spending 789,000. I just can't do it. You just can't do it at this stage. And I do find that this area, you can find guys that just kind of explode out of nowhere. I'm actually going to scroll from the bottom upwards just to see what we're looking at here. None of these guys really. Tony Francis, no. Jonathan Groot, no. Ethan Ferguson. Who's going to really kind of pop out at me? Simi Sasangi. I don't think it's too much opportunity to raise. And again, don't want a Raider, to be honest with you. Harley Smith won't even probably play for the Titans this year. Hayes Dunster. I'm just waiting for someone to really kind of pop out at me. Kenny Mamala definitely won't. I shouldn't really go from the bottom. Tommy Talau Manly. If he gets a Brad Parker, maybe, but then again, he didn't do too well at the Tigers. Phenom Jack Bostock for the Dolphins. Cody Ramsey. Nothing really is popping out right now, and I don't think Jamin Salmon gets any real time. It's funny how he's second row forward or centre wing, but he actually probably will play 5'8", if anything. Not 5'8", halfback, if anything, but probably won't play any of them, to be honest with you. Here's Brad Barker. Sufa Alongo, don't think he has a time in him, man. Bronson Cherry, 345, 100. Is he the starting centre? Is he going to start at centre? At 345, though, it's a good shout. I want to see how Shuppy goes. I want to see if Desi likes Shuppy, to be fair. Because if Desi likes Shuppy did play on the Desi when he was at he didn't play on the Desi, but he was in the youth system when he was at the Dogs. Jesse Arthurs is probably going to start Bronx on the wing, especially with someone coming in. I just don't see enough there, though. The Titans backline, you just don't want to look at the centre pairing right now. You don't know if it's going to be Brian Kelly and Brimdog Millionaire, or Brian Kelly and Jojo Fafita, or Brian Kelly and Aaron Shupmeister. I don't know. I really don't know. The centre's wings area is just disgusting. It really is. It's just disgusting right now. It's just disgusting right now. This sucks right now. Jake Averillo, the doggies might be good. He's also dual position for Kyle Leroy there. I kind of like that. I'll go Jake Averillo as one of them. How much I got left? 1742. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this area. I'm really not. I think I really want to find some cheapies, but no one at the bottom was really kind of shining out to me. Two of us are Sheck at 539,600. I'd like to wait and see on him, though. I would. Just scrolling. There's nothing that's popping out to me here. What are other people doing? Comment below in the comment section. What are you guys doing in your centre wing department? What are you guys thinking? I really don't know. This is scary. This is scary. This is terrifying. Maybe Val Holmes, the Cowboys, kicking as well. If you think Manly's going to do well, I guess you can have Garrick there at 722,500. I think right now I'll put Ruben Garrick there. How much do I have left? $1 million. See, that's the thing. You just can't. I'm going to have to go cheaper somewhere else. This always happens though. You get to this point and you start to realise, oh, wait a second, I spent too much elsewhere. And that's why you need to start looking. There's too many of those 300Ks. Right. There's too many of those 300Ks right now in the team that are kind of... But I'm going to go to the point where I'm down to the bottom. I'm going to have to really look towards this bottom area here for centre wings. These centre wings are going to look disgusting for you. They're going to look disgusting on the screen when we have a look at it. Israel Leota, Garabani. I think he's at the Bronx now, isn't he? I don't know. Bailey Hodgson, Ethan Ferguson, Chandler Groot. These are all just filthy. Maybe if I sub in... Oh, man, this is going to look so awful in the centre wing department. I'm going to have to really... I'm going to have to go up to the top and take someone out from those forwards. That's what I'm going to have to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to do it. I think at this point, like, even though I'm not a big fan, I probably would look towards maybe putting Kyle Ero... Or no... Okay, so get rid of Kyle Ero here, and then go into the centres, and then put Ero there. And then I probably would look to putting Kyo... probably look to put Kyle Weeks there. Because at least he should go up maybe some money. Maybe he should go up with the break-evens there. 746,200 for 4 players. That's like a 150k player. Oh, dangerous times, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dangerous time. I need to drink a Coke Zero to get me through. Dangerous times. Hey! Jesse Arthur's at the Bronx. Oh, no. Oh, no, ladies. Oh, no. Is Xavier Savage going to be the fullback of the Raiders this year? Or where's he going to play? Is he the fullback of the Raiders? I don't want Raiders in my team, especially backs. I'm going to get Raiders. I'm going to Joseph Duffy. I don't want the backs. I don't want the backs. I guess you're going to have to go with the Boston Cherry. How much I got left? 401k. It's 120, 115 per person. Oh, no. Who do I sacrifice here? Maybe I'm looking towards a... Let's go have a look here at the... Let's go have a look here. This was the previous video, but this was always going to happen anyway. Let's go have a look and see if there's any real cheapies here in the hooker department here. Like Oscar Bryant, but that would only rely on injuries. Blake Moser at 238. I think out of any of these really cheap people, cheap guys here at the hooker department, you're probably looking at a Blake Moser. They're probably the best opportunity to get in, or Gordon Chenkam-Tong at Manly. He only got 16 in his one appearance. I'd probably go Gordon Chenkam-Tong. At least when he played, he averaged 37. And look, maybe Lachlan Kroger is the guy. I don't know. I'll go Gordon Chen Kum Tong there. Bit of Kum Tong. All love a bit of Kum Tong. So 492-200. Maybe I'll have to go to like a Viliami kick out here in this department. Belly Firma. Do I want Hopgood? Would I prefer Hopgood or Nakora the most? I think I would prefer Nakora. Alright, and then we're going to go with a bit of kick out. Oh, I'm not a massive fan of the old doggies this year. Elliot Patel at 656 is ridiculous. 772,000. So, I kind of need 900,000 minimum to kind of get by with this one here. Jordan Tamarani, Patrick Moy, Chisai Korabani, Bailey Hodgson. So there's Josh Falidi at the Tigers because of the loss of Tommy Talau, that may give him an opportunity there, and he's 238,900. So we'll put Falidi in there. I think if I'm looking anywhere else, maybe, like a Jackie Bostock. Maybe Bostock could land a wing area. Like, maybe I have to downgrade on Ruben Garrick. See what that means. If I downgrade on Ruben Garrick, like, I still kind of want at least someone big time up at this area, though. I do still want, like, a Joey Manu at 652. That's at least 100k cheaper, isn't it? Roughly. That's 70,000 that I'll get extra. Joey Manu at the Chooksters. He can get some big time points. How much do I have now? I've got 600,000. I can fit a team in with this now. Basically, the highest I can go right now is about the 350 marker. The 350 to 380 marker. It's around here. Still Longo, like, is probably the shout. Is probably the go right now, even though, it kind of comes down to if Mulliman and Puppy isn't playing. Oh, there's Jack Bostock there for 314, and then because there'll be a wing spot at the Dolphins with they've got a pairing of Avarillo and Happy Farnworth, and I think they don't have a guaranteed wings. They've got one wing spot open on Isaac on one side and the other side. I'm not too sure. There's Manly, Tommy Talau. No chance drop of Jennings after what happened in the Titans game. Last one here. I'm not convinced of the centre wing pairing. I can't wait to the chat and the comment section to see what you guys are saying. Who else can I downgrade right now? No, I want to keep Palacia. Maybe like a Kai Pearce-Paul. If I downgrade him to a 200k, bit of Kai Pearce-Paul, downgrade him to... Ooh, Charlie Guy, my Maverick Guy, Thomas Fletcher, Kurt Corrich. Because I've got plenty in that back row. Plenty in the back row, I wouldn't say that. Trey Mooney for the Raiders. Them other forwards for the Raiders, just to clarify. What about Samuela Fainu? Where was he? Where was Samuela Fainu? Maybe he could be a shout. Have I gone past him? There he is, 263. So how much will I have? 370. Alright, 370 for one more centre wing player. It's not terrible. And Kosi Tuipulotu. And now it does bring in the Fa'alongo. I guess that's what you could look at there. Then you just have to hope for the best that, Puppy doesn't. Little Puppy gets overtaken by Fa'alongo. But look, you got Nico Hines, you got Dylan Brown, you got Latrell Mitchell, you got some decent backups in Sullivan, and you got Luke Brooks. I guess you could downgrade on Luke Brooks if you really need to. We'll come back to this after I look at the comment section of both those videos. I like, for the most part, the forwards. It's just the backs, the centre wing department. At least you got Joe Manu there and Jake Everillo, who are two solid players. Kyle Iro will probably start the Sharkies. Bronson Cherry is a bit of a risk. And then those three here are a bit of a risk, but both could get the wing, could get on the wing, and Josh Flady could get at the Tigers. KO Weeks will more than likely be the starting 5'8". So, look, I don't think it's as bad as it looks. I just think that the pricing kind of irks you a little bit, but overall, this is my team for now. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I can't wait to see the comment section. We'll come back to our next SuperCoach video once we look at the comments and see what you guys are saying. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.